Oh no, and welcome back to Matchday Live, and it's me, Dan, back again. And this weekend, Manchester United have to face Brighton at the AMEX Stadium, and I do believe it's the 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. So the team I've gone for is a bit of a different one to the game against Palace. So we've gone Shaw, Maguire, Bailly, Wan-Bissaka, Greenwood, Matic, Pogba, Fernandes, Martial, and Rashford. There is talk of Van der Beek starting instead of Fernandes, but I think it will be Fernandes and Pogba together. And then, in a perfect world, we would like to see Van der Beek, play a bit deeper. But I think if we did that, I think, the recent couple of games he has been playing number 10. So I don't know. So I reckon it probably will be Matic in that midfield. So yeah, let's get into it and let's play match. Well, actually, just before we start, I just want to say thank you guys for all the recent likes and comments recently. And I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers for subscribing. So, let's get into the match and let's talk about last week's result, which was a 3-1 defeat to Crystal Palace. And, yeah, it didn't go to plan, did it? United were just so poor that game. We looks like, Crystal Palace, they've had Crystal Palace have had more games than us before that game. But we were so poor. We just kept, every player seemed like they were kept giving the ball away. Pogba was not at it. Matic wasn't in midfield. McTominay was absolutely shocking. Lindelof was absolutely shocking. I don't know. De Gea was okay. Rashford was trying, Martial was trying. It's just, I think we just lacked that, that composure in midfield, and we just got completely done out by that. So Crystal Palace scored the first goal. It was just a poor low cross into the box, and both Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, were nowhere near it. And we should put it this way. Lindelof should have done better against Zaha, and it didn't really help the defenders there. So it was all the defense really. And David De Gea, he did get a hand to it, David De Gea, but it wasn't enough to go into the net. And was it Townsend? I think it was Townsend who scored the first goal. And then that was pretty much it really. First half, it was all midfield battle really, and then it all happens in the second half. So second half comes and goes, and we lost that. It was I don't know. I think we started better second half. I think Solskjaer had a go at them at half time, saying bit more urgency in the second half. Because we are so poor in that game. And then, all of a sudden, Crystal Palace get a penalty from out of nowhere. It's a so soft, harsh penalty. Lindelof, I think it's Ayew's shot. His shot is gone off, Lindelof's hand, and the ref doesn't give it. The players don't even react to it. Both Crystal Palace and United, they don't react to it, and then all of a sudden VAR gives it, and then the ref, all right, I congratulate the refs going to the screen to have a look, but it's such a harsh penalty to give away. But then that penalty was saved from David De Gea, but then it had to be retaken because VAR yet again apparently David De Gea was like a couple inches off the line. Most stupid call ever, and I would get if he was like a yard, a couple more inches than he was off the line, but he wasn't. He was like 1 or 2 inches off the line. What a finish that is. Off the line, and it was. I don't know. It just wasn't going our way that game. So then, obviously, Zaha had to retake it, and he scores the penalty. So that's 2-0. By that point, I turned it off. I wasn't watching that. What is the point? Everything's going down. Everything's not going our way. I started watching a little bit more, and then we did score through Van der Beek. Van der Beek came on for Bruno, for Scott McTominay, which was the correct decision, and we did get the goal through Van der Beek. It was a good finish. He looks really good, Van der Beek, and he looks like he reminds me of so much of Mata, Van der Beek, with the runs he makes. He reminds me of a younger, alright, Mata had, the pace when he was younger, but he reminds me of Juan Mata when he had, he makes those runs into the spaces, and he looks really good, Van der Beek. It's just whether, if he's going to play every other game, because, Bruno Fernandes, for me, he starts at number 10. So, if he, so, why didn't I shoot there? If Solskjaer does play Van der Beek, he's got to play in next to Pogba, which I can't see Pogba being the holding midfielder. So, I don't know. I don't know on that one, but I was going to say that's going to be a goal. Yeah, also Dan James started. I don't know why Dan James started. He looks so poor on that right-hand side. He's a left winger. And every time Solskjaer plays him, he's in such out of position. It's unreal. And I feel sorry for Dan James because he's a left winger and he comes on and plays on that right-hand side. It just doesn't make sense. In the end, so Greenwood came on at half-time as well. He looked pretty okay. He had a header when it was I think it went when it was 1-0. He had a header, free header. He probably should have scored. But yeah, it was, I don't know, it was so poor. But Van der Beek looked good in the end, and yeah, we just lost 3-1 in the end. Obviously, from the last episode, I recorded last episode like 2 weeks ago, which was kind of strange. But obviously, I was going away for that week, so obviously, still no transfers. We've seen every other player gone to another team. So Reguilon, who was linked with, he went to Spurs. Gareth Bale went to Spurs. Thiago went to Liverpool, and exactly, I thought that was a wrong decision. United should have got Thiago. He looks so. When I watched that Liverpool game when they played Chelsea, when he came on, he came on at half time. He pretty much controlled the game, and how we did not go in for him, I do not know. So that was a poor decision from our board yet again, and so yeah, we lost 3-1. But then we did have a game in the Carabao Cup against Luton Town at Luton Town, and we won that game 3-0. It was a much harder game than the first four. It pretty much showed that we need reinforcements because we can't play that team every other time. I thought Juan Mata and Van der Beek were really good. I thought Lingard had a good game. Dean Henderson had a good game as well. But Eric Bailly also had a good game as well. But everyone else, it just looked so poor. It looked like nothing was happening. Igalo, he didn't look. His match sharpness. He didn't look that good. Maguire, again, he was just trying to get match sharpness. Brandon Williams, again, he just lacked that match sharpness. It was just like an extra game for us to get our match sharpness and fitness up for the league this weekend. But yeah, we won the game 3-0, but that first half we were poor until Brandon Williams got fouled in that penalty area. I didn't see a score in that first half, to be honest. And Luton Town were, we were pretty. We were pretty controlling the ball against Luton Town. And Luton Town were pressing us high and making mistakes. And, they could have scored if Dean Henderson didn't save us in that second half. And then it did had to take, we had to bring on the big guns, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, and who else came on? I'm trying to think who else came on. Rashford. I don't think it was Martial. I'm trying to think who it was. I can't remember who it was, but Rashford. I think it was Greenwood, wasn't it? I think it was Greenwood. Yeah. It was just, once they came on, not Bruno Fernandes, Greenwood scored and Rashford scored. So it was a good, your last couple of minutes, it was a good, just, correct decision from Solskjaer to get the big guns on and to, score. I think Martial's got a hat-trick. He has. So yeah, that was it for that week, and we won that. So we go against Brighton this weekend. Brighton, they look pretty good. They've I can't remember who they faced at the weekend. I know they won in their Carabao Cup, because we've got Brighton twice. We got Brighton on Saturday, and then we go. I think it's Wednesday. We got to face them again in the Carabao Cup. So, yeah, we've got to face them twice. So yeah, Brighton, their form. Hang on, I'm playing one-handed at the moment. Form. Yeah, Brighton beat Preston, and then they beat Newcastle 3-0. So they're on a bit of a run at the moment, and I'm trying to think of their players. Trossard, I know he looks quite good. Obviously, they lost. Who did they lose? They lost Basuma, didn't they? Because he super kicked one of the Newcastle players, and he got sent off for it. He didn't mean it, but I remember that because I saw that on Twitter. But yeah, it was it will be a tough game for United, because Brighton, they're on a bit of a run at the moment, and Newcastle, if they can beat Newcastle 3-0, away at Newcastle, they're going to be it's going to be a really hard game for us. Obviously, they did lose to Chelsea though, so I don't know. It's going to be one of them games where it depends what United turn up. If we turn up and don't start, we need to start games quicker, and hopefully, this weekend United will start quicker, because if they don't win this weekend, there will be question marks on the board, because the fans after... Oh, look at that. Nice finish from Greenwood. The fans after the Crystal Palace game was pretty much blaming everyone, and no doubt about it, no transfers, only Donny van der Beek. We was promised it, they were promised, they pretty much, well, they didn't promise us Sancho, but it looks like Sancho won't be coming. All this talk this week, there has been talk of a new left back, Alex Telles of all people. Apparently he might be coming in this week, but obviously he's missed the deadline to play this week. So if we do sign him, it'll be great, but I still think we need a centre-back and a right winger, and I don't think we'll get that until next week, because I think deadline day is next Friday, isn't it? So, yeah, we definitely need to do something about that. So anyway, guys, for my score prediction, I would like to go Man United to win, but I can't see it. I reckon it might be a draw. If United do come out and win 5-0 or something, I doubt that'll happen, but maybe a 1-0 victory to United. Yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 Man United. I think United will be better defensively. I reckon he will play Maguire and Bailly this weekend, and I think we will be hopefully defensively better. But we definitely need to get a goal. If we can get a goal against Brighton, score the first goal, I reckon we'll win the game 2 or 3-0. But if they score first, then it's an uphill battle for us, I think. So yeah, so I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory, probably penalty of all things. So anyway, guys, I'm actually going to end it here for today. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys next time. So right, I'm going. Bye.